Hello, chemistry students. Today I'm going to walk you through how to name covalent compounds. So hopefully you'll watch this video and then give this a try. We're going to do this on homework for naming covalent compounds as the Google Doc that you each have a copy of. So first thing you need to know is that remember that covalent bonds are bonds between, let me do the highlight clicks. Bonds are between nonmetals in which electrons are shared, so that they're getting those 8 electrons, the octet. We don't form ions, so when we name covalent compounds, we just have to count how many there are. So to count them, we're going to use these prefixes, like a bicycle has 2 wheels or a tricycle has 3 wheels. These are the prefixes that chemists use for covalent compounds. And so we put a prefix in front of the first element name, then we put a prefix in front of the second element name. And remember, we change that element name in the second position to have an IDE ending. These are the prefixes for numbers 1 through 10. We're not going to go bigger than that. The second rule is that you should only use the prefix mono um, uh, if it's in the second position. If there's only one of the first element, you don't need a prefix. So let's do some practice ones. Silicon dioxide. Notice there's not a prefix in front of silicon. So this is if there's only one of the first one, we don't need a second one. So silicon. How do I find these element symbols? You look back on in your resources folder, and in the resource library, remember we have our periodic table. So silicon is Si. So I'm going to put, for my answer here, Si, there's only one of them, and then dioxide, di meaning 2. So remember, oxygen's formula is O. So I'm going to put an O and then I need a 2. But remember, the 2 has to be little k. So I'm going to highlight that 2 and do format, text, and make it a subscript. So SiO2 is my formula for silicon dioxide. 2 oxygens, 1 silicon. Let's try another one. Trinitrogen pentaoxide. So nitrogen, our symbol for nitrogen is N. So N3, because tri means there are 3 nitrogens, N3, pentaoxide, O5. Remember, you have to go back and change those numbers into subscripts, little numbers. Little numbers. N3O5. I'm going to give it some space so I can see it. Tetracarbon octachloride. Tetra meaning 4. So carbon is C, tetracarbon octachloride. Octa meaning 8. Chloride is chlorine. So that's Cl and then 8. Remember, turn them into little using the subscript. And then finally, disulfur monoxide, right? Just like carbon monoxide. Disulfur. Sulfur is S. So S2O. There's only one monoxide, so I don't need to put the 1. You can put a 1 if you want, but you don't have to. Remember to make that subscript small. All right, that was forward, taking the formula and taking the name and finding the formula. Now I'm gonna give you the formula and you're gonna tell me the name. So first off, in the first position, we do the prefix first. So 2, the prefix is di. So I'm gonna type in di something. Se, I'm gonna find Se on my periodic table. Se is here. Selenium, so di selenium. And then the second position, there's 3 phosphorus. So 3, the prefix is tri. So diselenium, triphosphorus. Phosphorus. But remember, the second position has to be changed into an IDE, right? The second position gets that IDE. So diselenium stays the same. Triphosphorus becomes phosphide, just like in the last unit. The next one is P3O6. So 3 tells us that I'm going to have a tri. P again is phosphorus. Phosphorus. And then 6, oxygen. So my prefix for 6 is hexa, triphosphorus, hexa, and then O, oxygen becomes oxide, hexaoxide. All right. The last one is SO4. You don't see a number next to the S because there's just one of them. Remember, if there's only one of the first element, you don't need a prefix. So I'm not going to call this monosulfur. I'm just going to call it sulfur. And then O4. 4 means tetra, sulfur, tetra, oxide. Remember, oxygen changes into oxide, tetraoxide. All right, your job is to do these next 20 examples. You can do it. I might shorten it if I'm feeling kind. Good luck.